Hey, this is Stephen Platinum, your friend in wrestling with Platinum versus AEW Dynamite. This is from February 17th, 2021. I was at the show live. I was at Daly's Place, and I'm going to do a separate video based on my experience there about how AEW has actually led wrestling throughout COVID and gives us hope that WrestleMania week might not be a total disaster, and gives us a sort of a blueprint of how wrestling groups should do things going forward. Yes, I had a very positive experience at Dynamite. The picture that you're seeing there, along with this audio, was a picture of me there at Daly's Place. I was very excited. How was Dynamite itself? I thought very serviceable. They're definitely back on track. They're promoting things for the future. They're promoting things for the March 3rd show, which is shaping up to be a big one, with the Shaq and Jade tag event against Cody and Red Velvet, amongst other matches. And they're also promoting the pay-per-view going forward. And it looks like I'm going to be going to the pay-per-view live. So I'm excited about that. And that will no doubt give me further thoughts on the great job, really. I mean, I know it seems like I'm an AEW homer, but it just can't be denied that they came up with this sort of innovative ideas and the safety protocols and all of that stuff they put in place, and just did a far superior job than you know who. This show I thought was really good. Seeing things live really put in a different perspective, and I'll talk about that more in the sort of like live show analysis video that I do. But I could really see who was over and who was not as over, and I could see which matches they really went in for. And I mean, I'll just tell you that right off the jump. They went for the main event, of course. They also really went in on the Serena Deeb and Riho match. Lots of people try to say bad stuff about Riho, but let me tell you, her improvement has been vast. And Serena Deeb, though this is usually damning with faint praise, she is not just a good hand, she is a great hand. And that match really, really shone. Santana and Ortiz continue to show why they are my personal favorite tag team. I thought their gear looked really tight as well. I thought they just looked really great. And then they had a good match with the Young Bucks for sure. That was the third match that got the "This is awesome" chant. In any case, we open with Jack Evans and Angelico, TH2, against Adam Page and Matt Hardy. A lot of story service here. A couple things I noticed seeing it live. The referee clapping loudly to signify that a tag was made really translates to a live crowd in a way that it doesn't seem to translate as much on television. And I don't know how to get that across on television because it was very effective. At the end of the day, Adam Page and Matt Hardy win this. And Matt Hardy's not doing his usual "I have to steal the pin" shenanigans, which is great. It's revealed as the mascot for the Jaguars comes out that Matt Hardy has inadvertently signed a contract where he has to have a match with Adam Page, and if he loses said match, has to give up his first quarter 2021 earnings to Adam Page. Matt Hardy gets Adam Page to agree for the stipulation to go the other way, that basically it's for the big money. It's the big money match between Adam Page and Matt Hardy. And then the mascot attacks, and it is one of Private Party. And Matt Hardy offers money to TH2 to come and help with the beatdown. So they're beating down Adam Page, and it's looking pretty hopeless pretty quick. And then the Dark Order come and save Adam Page. Really great moment. I love the moment where number 5, Alan Angel, sort of bowed up to Matt Hardy and like, "Let's go," and then Matt Hardy beats him and throws him out. I thought that was really good, really significant, advanced a couple of things here without overdoing it. I love that the Dark Order are sort of put in this position of, no matter how bad Adam Page has treated us, we will not reject him, which is the ultimate babyface thing, and I just love it. Adam Page, by the way, over like Rover. Really huge reaction to Adam Page, on par with Sting or Orange Cassidy or Jon Moxley. I'm not kidding. Inner Circle promo, and then we run down the card. They mentioned Sammy Guevara in the Inner Circle promo, but we don't see him tonight. Second match, Serena Deeb versus Riho. They really gave this match time. That series of counter pins at the end went a little wonky, but at the end of the day, Riho wins and looks really good doing it. Serena Deeb, I can't say enough. Just fantastic acquisition. She's a proper NWA Women's Champion and really great addition to AEW. And this women's division, which went from hopeless to hopeful. This was as good a match as you're going to see in the modern day amongst the women. It really showcased Riho very effectively. Shaq and Jade, they have like a little video thing showing Jade playing basketball. I'm not sure what that's supposed to prove, but it is what it is. But it's obviously capitalizing on the star power of Shaq. And we're going to have Shaq and Jade against Cody and Red Velvet. I am sorry that they haven't given Red Velvet sort of an equal thing, though I get that they're promoting Jade to the moon. I get that. Third match, Orange Cassidy against Luther with Chuck Taylor at ringside. I guess he's a butler no more. And Serpentico at ringside for Luther. We get a commercial between introducing each one of them, which live was harder to get, but I got it. During that, and I'm going to talk more about this, Orange Cassidy playing with the crowd during the commercial break was really great and kind of exhibited a star power that maybe you don't get through television. Orange Cassidy at the end wins with the Superman punch. And we're off, and things are being serviced. We show clips of Darby Allin wrestling Joey Janela in a surprisingly good match last week, and Sting getting involved, and Team Taz dragging Darby after their promo, and all of that stuff. So now we're all up to speed. AEW, again, doing a really good job of cluing in first-time viewers or viewers that haven't watched recently. While serviceably moving things forward. Their video stuff is just incredibly well done. We got Taz, Brian Cage with Hook. Taz calls out Sting, who shows up and then gets physical, which caught the crowd off guard, and the live crowd, and I imagine the viewing audience as well. And then Sting takes that huge power bomb, instantly putting to rest. Oh no, Sting's not going to do anything in their match. Really huge moment, really shocking moment. And boy, that Brian Cage, did you know he's strong as fuck? He's strong as fuck. And that thing looked, it was a throwing down power bomb, but done safe as a kitten. Just really great job all around. Sting continued to sell even when he was probably off camera. I just loved it. I thought it was a really great spot. Eddie Kingston cutting a promo with Butcher and Blade and the Bunny there. Bunny, who is taken to this sort of shrieky presence at ringside and this eye rolling in promos. It's a look for sure. We go to commercial. And then when we come back, Kenny Omega reading to the kids from the Young Bucks book, but only the part about himself, about what a draw he is, and then he takes off and then lets Nakamura get beat down by the kids. Silly, good stuff. I just, this version of Kenny Omega heel is definitely, at the very least, entertaining. Wow. Okay, we got Santana and Ortiz against the Young Bucks. I figured out something about the Young Bucks. Because people are like, I just don't get them. I don't get why they're such a big deal. I'll tell you why. Because they wrestle in the traditional tag team structure, but they over-deliver on every part of it. Nick is such a good hot tag, and just every little part of a tag team match that you would normally see, the Young Bucks over-deliver on all of it. I figured out that's part of their genius. But Santana and Ortiz, boy, are they great opponents. You could tell they've wrestled each other many times because the comfort level, Santana and Ortiz really brought it. Like I said, their gear looked really good. At the end of the day, losing to a small package, which, again, is not a spot you see a lot at AEW. And I thought it was effective here. They wanted to have Santana and Ortiz retain something out of it. And that definitely came across. The Inner Circle beat down the Young Bucks. Chris Daniels shows up and is dispatched rather quickly, running into Jake Hager. Boy, is the Inner Circle doing a great job with Jake Hager, protecting him, making sure that he is the strong guy of the group, etc. But at the end of the day, Jericho puts one of the Young Bucks in the walls. MJF puts his salt of the earth, Fujiwara armbar on the other. We're going to get one up on you to set up their tag team title match happening soon. And the Good Brothers show up, but they show up rather late for the Bucks. Commercial, we come back. Brandy gets a great reaction from the live crowd with a video of we're going to do a gender reveal. And it turns out we have the Cody entrance. Cody and Brandy are out there, and it's a girl. And everybody is happy, and they rejoice. And again, it's just one of these AEW moments that's very sweet that they do often. WWE, rightfully so, got credit for doing that cool thing with Becky Lynch announcing that she was pregnant and giving the title to Asuka. But, you know, AEW does this kind of thing in sort of a natural flow. They just do it. It just feels a much more inclusive kind of thing. They've managed to pull that off. Of course, when you're number one, when you're WWE and you're so huge, it's hard to pull off inclusive, and they have to force feed it. AEW does it as sort of a natural flow. And I think this kind of segment shows that. Fifth match, FTR against Matt and Mike Sydal. I love Mike Sydal. I have a story about him that I'm going to share on Patreon when I saw him work against Matt, actually, at a very special wrestling show. It's really good here. FTR wins with the big rig, as one would expect. And the Jurassic Express at one point attack. And they're definitely setting up the Jurassic Express as a more serious thing. You know, the little video thing showing that Luchasaurus was back even after FTR had sort of disgraced him and cut the horns off the mask. All this really works. They're putting some heat on this thing, and I really like it. They promote the heck out of next week and March 3rd and Revolution. Boy, they got a lot of irons in the fire, but you know what? They're keeping them all hot. And you can't ask for better than that. Moxley cuts a promo. He talks about Eddie Kingston and how he's a pain in his ass, how he's going to deal with Kenta for that title in Japan, and then he's going to come for Kenny Omega. Moxley tells you what he's going to do and then goes about delivering it. It's why he's the best babyface going today. And then our main event, Eddie Kingston and Butcher and Blade against Jon Moxley, Rey Fenix, and Lance Archer. Let me tell you, this Lance Archer, the babyface wrecking ball, definitely works better than what he was doing. And you can tell he's got kind of a renewed spirit. Rey Fenix, of course, that star in the making, and they make sure that he shines, and his hot tag was blisteringly good. And Moxley doing his I'm the best babyface in the business right now stuff. And Eddie Kingston, Butcher, and Blade, of course, incredibly serviceable. At the end of the day, paradigm shift to Eddie Kingston, and Moxley gets the pin. There's a lot of stories coming out of this that I'm going to have in my other video about going to this live. At the end of the day, though, the Good Brothers attack Mox and hold him. Kenny Omega cutting a promo in his face. And the long and short of it is he wants an exploding barbed wire death match. What the fuck? Boy. AEW going where the other company can't go, and it's paying dividends for them, and this was certainly no exception. Anyway, this is Stephen Platinum, your friend in wrestling, with Platinum versus AEW Dynamite.